Hi folks, welcome back. What I did offline was I cut out part of the face, which is this part right here. Started shaping that. I just made it I blocked it out. You should have the looking like this at this point. Okay, so the next project we're going to start trimming some of this tail off. So what you want to do is it goes a little bit at a slant. So right here to right there, it's just a little bit of a curvature, okay? And a little bit on this side. Alright? And the tail is going to be a little thicker, so we're going to leave a little bit on there. We're going to trim it off later, but on each side we're going to make a reference point of what needs to be taken out. So this needs to be taken out. And let's measure that with my finger, see how I have that measured. And we're going to measure the other side to the end. That's really a thick tail, but for right now it's fine because we want to try to get the legs out and everything else. So we're going to do that first. You have it marked. So this portion's going to come out, and this portion's going to come out. So what you want to do is you'll just want to make a stop cut, just like so. You want to be very careful, and then you just want to take out a little piece and then trim the rest of this out. Okay? If you have a thumb guard, put a thumb guard on. Put a carver's glove on, please, if you're a new carver. So you just want to chop a little bit out. You know, you can avoid a lot of cuts, folks, by just doing big, not big chips, but little chips along the way. You know, you don't have to take big pieces off all at one time. It's just chipping away, and that's part of whittling in a way. It's just taking, well, you can crack this off if you want, like I just did. It won't hurt it any. So you're going to go up into this line. So when you get down here again, you're just going to make a stop cut. Now somebody asked me, how do you get all those hairlines, avoid all those extra cuts when you cut it in? Like you do your stop cut here, and how do you avoid any of those hairline cuts? Well, first of all, you do a little bit at a time, and it comes with practice. When you make your first cut, like I just did here at the top, you do your stop cut. And the other thing you got to do is make sure that you don't dig it down in this way. It has a tendency of going down in this way. Okay? So when you make your stop cut, just cut a little bit of it out, just like that, and then cut the rest of it out. And then when you get to the point where it's evened up again, what you want to do is go back, make another stop cut, try to keep it as even as possible, and then cut another little piece out. Okay? You don't want to, a lot of it comes down to how much pressure you're putting on your knife. You know, if you handle your knife correctly, you will rarely, not that you'll never cut yourself, but the chances of you cutting yourself are smaller. And if you do, it's not going to be as severe as if you put a lot of pressure. If you're doing a lot of this with your hand and pushing it with your arm, you have no control. The control is taking your knife and drawing it to your thumb, and that's why you want a thumb guard on, or a couple of band-aids before you need the band-aids, like I said in many videos before, in my very first video. The other thing you want to do is just take little pieces off, just like what I'm doing here, okay? It may take a little longer, but the project is, carving is part of the fun of it. You know, it's just not finishing the project, it's doing the project. So that's the one thing that you want to do, is not put a lot of pressure on that, you know. And make sure your knives are very, very sharp. If you don't know how to sharpen, take a look at a couple of my videos on sharpening. The other thing that you want to remember is using this thumb to control, you know, some of your cuts, just like that. You see how I'm using that as a pivot point, okay? Or like this, you can do it this way. See how I'm rocking, using that as a pivot point? That's how you control your knife. So it's not going all over the place and not slipping into things, okay? So if you handle your knife correctly,